Welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name's Artie with CoinCasso, and this is Bitcoin Today, a show where we discuss everything cryptocurrency to keep you guys up to date and informed on all things happening in the crypto industry. In today's video, we're going to look at the prices of cryptocurrencies over the weekend to see exactly what they did and why they did it. We're also going to go over the top 5 cryptocurrencies to watch this week. We also get into some pretty in-depth technical analysis on Bitcoin and Cardano. And just to spice things up, Chainlink, which, spoiler alert, up 30% in the last 24 hours. So don't go anywhere, sit back, relax, enjoy the show. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Good morning, everybody. It is Monday, July 13th. Thank you so much for joining me every single day. Thank you so much for all the love and support on all of last week's videos. I mean, in the thousands of views, hundreds of comments, hundreds of likes. I super appreciate everything. And if you're new here and you like what you see in this video, consider subscribing down below and ticking the notification bell to get notified every time we upload a new one. And as always, the show is sponsored by the CoinCasso Cryptocurrency Exchange. So if you're looking for a place to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrencies, consider checking out CoinCasso in the link in the description below. Now let's jump into the prices of these top cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin currently sitting at $9,285, up 0.15% from yesterday. Ethereum up 0.7% at $242.40. EOS down 0.25% at $2.62. XRP down 0.61% at 0.19999976325. Just kidding. 0.199937. Cardano, also known as ADA, up 6.5% at 0.131883. And the last one I want to add today, because the number is big, up 30.57%. Chainlink, $8.02. Looking at the 24-hour volume of these cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin 15 billion, Ethereum 7 billion, XRP 874 million, Cardano 415 million, and Chainlink 1.5 billion. Now let's jump into trading views so I can do an analysis on Bitcoin and Cardano and Chainlink. Okay, so quick recap. Since June 2nd, we hit this highest high at 10,000, like 300, 10,000, what did it needle up to? 10,430. We immediately dropped back down. We had a slow climb up, immediately drop down. We had a stagnation period, a drop down. Slight downtrend, spike up, and drop back down. Accumulation, drop back down. And most recently, I've been talking about this section right here about market manipulation. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, right here, we see some nice levels of accumulation. This is the range that people were used to. Imagine not seeing any of this. Breakout traders like to see this range right here and think if the price goes above, I'm going to buy because it's going to rally. On the opposite end, if it breaks below it, that means it's going to go down and they're going to short it. Price spikes up, captures all these longs. Price goes back down, captures all these shorts. Then a reversal, straight up here. Small accumulation, double top, crash back down. I was expecting this price to go right down here to around the 8,900 range. What I didn't anticipate was the number of buyers sitting at 9,100. It rejected this price area, shot up, and we've been having this dance up and down ever since. Still playing along this downwards trend line. Now, it is the beginning of the week. This is the point where everything sets up for the entire week. This is where you can either get stuck or make a lot of money. If they set this up exactly like they did before, this is what we're looking at. Seriously, do not take my word for this 100%. I'm just saying what might happen. If you guys are wondering what these lines are for, they're actually the trading sessions of London and the US weekends, and in between here is the Asian session. So like Tokyo session, London session, US session, also known as New York session. The reason why I leave these white is because it's usually like an accumulation period where things kind of trade flat, and during the sessions is when you see some movement. The weekend is like a huge Tokyo session. And because we have a short attention span and don't look into the past very much, this is now the perceived high and the perceived low. If you want to get super technical, you could drop this all the way down to the exact tip of that candlestick. So now what are we looking for here? If we did exactly what we're doing here, we're looking for a movement outside of this range. That's when people are going to go long or go short, depending on where this first candlestick goes. Now, this is what I think is going to happen. I think there might be an actual flip script of what happened here. So we had this accumulation phase. I think we're actually going to drop back down first, spike up, and then have a nice long pull down to the 8,900s. And I genuinely think that this is going to be the last drop back down before we have a nice rally back up to 10,500. So come down, come up above the range, little double top, and then boom. not all the way here. I think here's the level or here's the level. Just below 9,000. We're going to see a nice double top and then a shoot up. Now, why do I think this? If you look at the lowest lows and the highest highs, it's forming a wedge. Usually when we get to the end of a wedge, we have a breakout. If there's a breakout that's going to happen, there's going to be people that want to capitalize on people assuming the wrong move. This gets rid of both people assuming both directions, because if they go down and it jumps up, stop loss is hit. Jumps back this way, stop loss is hit. So let's not over exaggerate. Say we do come below this level and then we come back up, spike just above this downtrend, and then come back down one more time, but stay above this line. We're still sitting at 91.01, which is still below this lowest low. Quick double top bouncing off this lower channel. And what we're really looking for is not a straight line up to 10,500, but a climb up, a formation, making everyone think it might drop back down, then up. And I think just below 10,500, maybe the 10,400 mark, 10,450. We might even see a few A formations on the way up. It's like football. You juke somebody. You make them think you're going right, boom, go left. Little bit of a play, M formation, and then drop back down. But then what happens after it drops back down? Another slow accumulation, spike up, drop down, boom, M formation. But do you see this like step? It's just going to keep doing this. Again, also just an assumption. I could be wrong, but it's really fun to visualize. But one thing I'm almost certain of, this next week is going to see some huge movement in cryptocurrencies. Now onto Cardano, which is the one I'm most interested in. If you guys remember at the beginning of last week, I was talking about this huge spike up where we hit about 40% gains in the price of Cardano. The next day it jumped from 11 cents all the way up to 14 cents. And if you remember, I told you that at this point we were at the top of the RSI sitting around 80 something, and we did see a drop back down. I anticipated 50% of the climb sitting at about 10 cents right here, which is right here, and I was completely wrong. There was a lot of buying pressure causing huge rejection here, and the price shot back up. Currently, we're sitting at 0.1326, and I genuinely think we should easily get up to 16 cents by the end of the week. Because looking at the RSI right here, we are above the 50 line. If we are sitting and playing above the 50 line, that means the bulls are in charge. We saw a massive spike up here above the RSI level, a little bit of play, another spike above the RSI level, which lasted nearly 3 days here. A little dip back down, but I think we're going to cross above the 70 level of the RSI and play here for another couple of days. Now, a lot of you guys have been asking me, how long do I think this run's going to last for Cardano? With all the good news, all the good PR, and the main net at the end of this month, I think it's going to do exactly what Bitcoin did coming up to the Bitcoin halving. I think all the news and publicity is going to bring the price straight up, and then a day or two before the main net release, we're going to see a nice tick down. So if you're looking for a place to get out, that might be it. Not a financial advisor. Don't take anything I say as 100% guaranteed. Do your own research, please. And last up on our analysis, we have Chainlink because it went up 30% in the last 24 hours. So as you can see here, yesterday it was sitting around $6 and then it spiked to about $8.50, now sitting just about $8. This huge wick right here is a big rejection. If you guys are ever wondering why the price rejects at a certain level and you have no idea why, stop, zoom out, and look backwards. Let's do that. Oh, what do you know? The previous highest high. Let's take our handy dandy little line tool, horizontal line, and click this highest point. Now let's go all the way back to today, and boom. Do you see how close this is? This is exactly on point. This 4-hour candlestick opened up exactly at the previous highest high. This is why we saw a huge price rejection here, and now we're sitting here. So what are we looking for? It's probably not best to look at this for technical analysis reasons at the 4-hour chart, but I'm doing it because it shows a bigger picture. Now, if you're wondering if the price will go above this $8 level, let me show you exactly what we should be looking for. We're going to be looking for a break up to this level, a retest of this $8 support line. And if it bounces off of that, then you should be clear for another 20% gain. On the opposite end of the spectrum, if we use this as resistance, we should come down, retest this, and if it rejects it and keeps it as resistance, we're going to come down. W formation, M formation, always take the second leg. I'm going to say this till the day that I die. Always take the second leg of any rejection of any support or resistance. The first one, you're gambling. The second one, you almost know for sure. Very seldomly do we have a third leg, but usually if the second doesn't reject, the third for sure will. Okay, this is just an example, but let me show you this. Imagine this is a resistance level. Price goes up, hits the resistance, rejects. Hits the resistance again and rejects. Hits the resistance again and rejects. Most people think that the more that the price hits a resistance level, the stronger it gets. This is wrong. Imagine this is a battlefield and there's like a defensive line right here. The more you attack them, the weaker they get. Then the next time this comes up, we break through a little bit, but there's still some people left. So we test it, bounce up, test it again, and boom, we've broken through their defenses. This is why sometimes there's a third leg. Now you just can't look at the second leg. You have to look at like 3 or 4 other indicators to actually get confirmation from other points of view. If you're just looking at price action, you're gonna be wrong. If you would like me to do a more in-depth video on price analysis and technical analysis, I'm totally willing to do like a 1-hour live stream, but you guys need to leave it in the comments below that yes, this is what I wanna see. So in the comments, just say yes. I'll set up everything, make sure I have all the information so that you guys get the most amount of information in that 1-hour live event. Also put the time zone that you're living in along with your yes so that I can judge what time of the day that I should do it, because I live in Europe. Most of you guys are in the US, some of you guys are in London. So I just want to know what time frame would be best so that I can hit everybody. Obviously the live event would actually have a replay video on the channel. And since that went so long, the top 5 cryptocurrencies to watch this week are Bitcoin, Link, Atom, XLM, and BNB. You can read the article linked in the description below. It's very, very good if you want to know where you stand on all these other altcoins as well as Bitcoin. Don't forget to leave a like on your way out, and we will see you back here tomorrow.